Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today to do another live demonstration of theta healing. I had so much fun doing it last week with Jodine, and she gave an awesome testimonial that I'll be sure to share at some point later today. And now I'm here with Kova, and we're so excited to go deep into things that are holding us back between where we're at and where we're wanting to be. She wants to make massive waves of positive change in the world, which is what I'm all about. So I'm so excited to support you in doing that. And we're kind of just going to go with the flow here, like intuitively guided to clear stuff. We might get into habits or money blocks or different energies around whatever is like holding us back from like shining our light brightly and being like the great support systems that we can be to the other wonderful souls in this world. And I love that Kova is actually a reflector too. If you guys are familiar with human design, it's like 1% of the population who are reflectors, and I'm a reflector, and I never had like a conversation with another reflector before. So I'm so excited that we're both reflectors to mirror and support back to you guys things that can be healed within yourself. So throughout this entire session, whatever is like resonating with you for any theta healing downloads that I'm going to be doing, definitely feel free to say yes to that. If you're not familiar with theta healing at all, it's essentially this beautiful energy healing modality that works in your subconscious mind. So our conscious mind, where we're desiring a happier life and financial freedom and to be able to support so many beautiful souls and have the habits that really give us the vitality and energy that we want to be lit up souls shining our light brightly in this world. That's like 5% of our entire mind's capacity. It's our conscious mind. So if you kind of think of like an iceberg, it'd be like the tip of the iceberg, where the other 95% is just beneath the surface, and it's our subconscious mind. And for anyone who's familiar with your subconscious mind, that's what's running the show. It's what is on autopilot all the time, which is beautiful because it's helping our like heartbeat. You don't have to think about the next breath you're taking, but it also has some deeply embedded roots that started mainly between the ages of 0 and 7 and past lives even, where you were a little sponge and you got to learn the English language through osmosis, but you also got limiting belief systems that make you play small or hold you back or learn to be stressed out or in lack or scarce mentalities. And those are things that hold us back, and we can get to the root of that and clear it so that it'll reverberate that healing out, not only throughout any other experience you had that mirrored that root, it can also send energy back to your ancestors. So it's not just healing you, it's also healing the world around you when you do this incredible work. And I'm so excited to be getting into theta healing today. So let's turn it over to Kova and see where she wants to start digging away at stuff, where she's at right now.
Hey, I just want to say thank you for that awesome introduction. I'm really excited to get into all the blocks between me and success. And something I'm really focused on is creating an extraordinary life in all aspects of my life. So I'm excited to see where this conversation goes, because my intention is to be an open book and to be vulnerable and honest and real and speak from my heart and share where I'm emotionally at, as well as tell my story at the same time and shift some things so that we can both best serve. Essentially, yeah, we have the same mission. So something that caught my ear that I'm interested in right now is past lives. And the reason I say that right now is because I learned more about my bloodline this past week, and I found out my heritage from the time of David and Jacob and Joseph, and basically biblical times, as I could call it. And what I learned is that my mom's side is part of the Cohens in Judaism. So I'm like 100% Jewish, full through and through, Ashkenazi. I've had my DNA tested. And I asked my dad this past week because I was really curious. I've recently learned that Yeshua, aka Jesus, is one of my guides, and I'm also a Life Path 33. So my purpose here on this planet is to rise consciousness to love, and it's unconditional love, and basically be the example of that. So I found out that my bloodline, or my heritage, comes back to two separate sections of the Jewish tribe back in the biblical time. And it all came down to the tribe of Levi, which actually isn't even a tribe. It's a secular unit that was focused on spiritual matters. So they were the priests.
Interesting.
And I have that on both sides. So my mom's side is the Cohen, and my dad's side is the people who study directly from the priest. So either side of the family tree is spiritually focused. And basically, I will say this because this is technically what it is, but I also want to say that I am aware of my ego when it comes to this stuff. So I have a wonderful partner and myself keeping me in check because I have learned that I have royal blood on both sides.
And how does your ego show up in ways that you don't desire it to around that?
Thinking I'm special for it.
But thinking that you're special isn't necessarily a bad thing. Is it like thinking you're special and everyone else is worse? Like, is it like a kind of hierarchical thing where like Jesus was the best and because you have bloodlines tied to that, you're kind of the best and the other people aren't necessarily? Or how's that play out in your brain?
No. It's yes and no. Part of me is like, yeah, I'm special because like I'm royalty. That's the ego side. And then the conscious side is saying that, no, Jackie, like you were likely part of the group of people that crucified Jesus. So I'm guessing my ancestral line in my blood has some type of decision-making power in the decision to crucify Jesus, which is ironic because I'm a 33 and he's with me all the time. So I'm wondering, part of me is like, wait a second, does this mean like my karmic debt to pay for like all of these thousands of years of ancestral lines is to be the epitome of pure love for all, to eliminate the karma that my bloodline created by crucifying him.
Interesting. There's like so many different ways I want to take this.
I know. And the funny thing is like I had no idea I'd talk about this, but this is what came up. So.
Oh, and Andrew's on live and he just said that's an amazing bloodline.
Thank you.
Awesome. So yeah, like we're all part of this oneness energy. So like there is no hierarchical. So like if that's a piece of your kind of ego story, we can do some work on that because I've definitely had that before where I've been like Tony Robbins and like my mentors and the higher people are like up here and I'm here and then I'm still above these people instead of having it like it's literally flat. Like I can learn so many things from people who are a couple steps ahead or chapters or years or decades ahead on their journey than I am. And I've been able to teach things to mentors who've taught me. Like there isn't any one that's better than the other. So we could do some hierarchy pieces because that's definitely popping up strongly in your energy right now. Because then it will be like everything. We can also do a little bit of forgiveness work.
Probably.
Around like the debt that you have to pay and the karma around that. Because if you believe that and you're always going to be tied to that, and that like as a society thing, be like, you helped kill Jesus. Like a lot of people would not like that. So like that would be a big weight on your shoulders.
Oh, when you put it like that.
Like, I have to like love everyone and do everything because that was a huge, big, bad mistake. Like, so forgiving yourself.
That was a bad idea.
Yeah. But like there's no good and bad. Like if he had lived out a long life without that death and without those things, who's to say? Like really, like on a esoteric spiritual level, there's no good and bad. Like who's to say that wasn't exactly what he came down to do, right? Like and the whole entire path, and you helped co-create that because we're all co-creators, and everyone else in our life is actors on our stage fulfilling exactly what we need them to do for our life, and our soul came into this body and to experience. So if you and your soul and you have some of that karma, if you hadn't played that part, who's to say that his impact wouldn't have been as massive as it has been on this earth, right?
Sure.
So we'll do some.
So there are positive aspects to it. I
Yes.
guess I'm not blaming myself for it. It's just like something that's been stirring.
Well, you said mistakes. So if you're fearful that you're going to make mistakes, and that'll show up in your life, that you'll be afraid to make decisions, afraid to make mistakes.
Well, and that's the thing is like, I really want to be okay with failure. Like I've heard time and time over again from so many different mentors that failure is part of growth. So is discomfort. Like I've worked on the last 2 years being comfortable in discomfort. And the thing is, I'm still challenged by it. That's not going to say like, I get excited like, what's her name on our accountability call when she feels fear. Like I'm not there yet. That's something that I aspire to be. But at this point, I still feel fear. I still shut off. I still disconnect from myself. I still shut my heart
Mhm.
And I still feel blocked. I think something huge for me is wanting to give as much as possible to as many people as possible, and then also being like, but I don't want to be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I've looked at that a little bit, but I know there's more work to do there.
Mhm. And I love this. Andrew was like, this has gotten really juicy. And I'm like, yes. I'm like, there's so many things that we can heal right now. And you're super open. I love that your energy is like, oh yeah. And then there's this piece too.
There's so many things. I mean, just this 33 life path for me. Like I found this out a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
I had fasted for an extended period of time, and I got into this place where I was realizing that God was within me.
Mhm.
And I'm at that point now too, and also seeing the similarities between the life path that is technically mine, given off my birth date, and seeing the work that I've done, and trying to align to it, and also recognizing that like I do have free will, I do have choices, and at the same time like I need and I desire to learn how to and continuously surrender over constantly.
Mhm.
The agenda is not up to me. It's really not. It's just how can I show up in the best way? How can I best serve? How can I make the biggest impact? How can I fucking wake up and serve every day from a place of abundance and not of lack? How do I put my relationship before my career, but after me, and
Mhm.
still create the life that I want to? How do I save the money that I want to and also have a vision for the future and what I want to create? So there's so many things I'm working on it. And overall, I just want to create a healthy and balanced and extraordinary life.
Mhm.
And that's what I've been doing. And I know I'm small scale right now, but at the same time, like everything that I've created is something that I've wanted and desired.
Mhm. And it's creating that foundation for the future. Like, and I love that because I'm a seeker too. I'm like all the healing and all the books and all the programs and all the things to like make sure that I'm setting the most incredible foundation for me because I have huge audacious goals and big impacts that I'm called to do in this world too. So I love
Yeah.
that your energy is like connecting on those things, like massive positive waves of change for everyone.
Well, that's why I love KBB and our accountability calls, because we're surrounded by people like you and me who want to make massive impact and who like working on themselves. Like, can you like find a better group of people, please?
Mhm. I know, right? It's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll talk a little bit about muscle testing for anyone who's not familiar with muscle testing, who's watching live. So you can also kind of like muscle test things and be empowered with that knowledge of what your subconscious is coming up with. So that as we work on stuff with Kova, we'll be able to be clear on if you have it. Cause sometimes it's like, oh, I don't have that. Or it's like you feel weird about it or you're like slightly triggered. And it's like, yeah, that's something that you have. So it just brings awareness to you. So I really like muscle testing with your fingers. It's really awesome because our muscles know if we're saying a true statement to ourselves or a false statement. And when we're lying to ourselves, our muscles get a little bit weaker, which allows it to break. So I'm going to say, here, maybe if I go, I'll do it with this hand so you guys can see it better. I'm like clear. I'm like backwards on video camera, so it's
You're
interesting.
good. Just
My
focus on your hand and you'll be good.
brain. So you can start just by saying, my name is Laura. So if I say my name is Laura and use my other fingers as like pliers and pull, it stays strong. So it stayed strong for my name is Laura. So everyone at home can try with your name. And then my name is Jack and it breaks.
It's
So your
crazy.
no's or it breaks, your yeses, it stays strong. And that's awesome to know just to be able to be like, huh, I've been really triggered this week. Like 3 people have like said something mean or angry to me. And then you can be like, I'm beating myself up for this right now and muscle test. I'm beating myself up for not doing this on time or for having big goals, not achieving them or for whatever. Or if you're in like a crystal shop and you're like, this is the next best crystal for my healing journey or product or book or whatever, you can kind of muscle test and get deeper into your subconscious through that. So it's not like, sometimes people want to use it as like a fortune teller. It's not a fortune teller. It's just connecting into your subconscious. And we never like raised our hands to be like, yeah, I totally want the belief systems that there's not enough money. Their money's evil. Like I can't make massive waves of change. Like no one raised their hand and was like consciously like, I want those shitty limiting beliefs. So if you have them, it's never something to judge. If you're like, oh fuck, my subconscious believes that, It's not a judging thing at all. Just be like really loving and gentle to yourself, because sometimes half the solution is being really clear on what your problem is. So that's like an awesome win to be able to muscle test for that and be like, okay, awesome. This is exactly where I'm at. This is where I want to be going, and clear the stuff. So I'm just going to tune into your energy and your higher self, and also anyone else who's going to tune in live or on the recording to see like the best areas to muscle test first. So do you want to muscle test? There's a hierarchy of humans.
That's going to be uncomfortable, but yeah, I can do that.
It's your subconscious. It's not a conscious thing where you raise your hand or like, can I think that I'm better than other people? Can I think that I'm worse than other people still? Like,
yeah, totally. And I agree with that fully. And it's still uncomfortable, regardless of whether or not it's subconscious. So
I used to have it. I used to 100% think that I was better than the 2015 version of me and anyone else still in the corporate 9-to-5. I used to be like, those not spiritually awake people. And then I'm like, okay, they still have like a ton of credible value, and they can teach me incredible things. And I'm not any better or worse than Tony Robbins. I'm not any better or worse than the homeless person who's learning their lessons the hard way, who I have no idea what their journey is. Like, to really get onto the flatness of everyone has their own unique journeys. We're all spiritual. We're all souls. Like, I had to do this work. So no judgment for anyone who believes that they're better or worse than other people.
Oh, I'm good. I'm invested in this work. I'm used to it. It's still like, I just wanted to voice myself. But the answer to that question was yes. Yes, I do believe there's a hierarchy of humans, apparently.
Yes. And that's what's like coming through strongly for other people too. So you're not the only one. That's where it's like, this is where we're being kind of called to work on first, and then that'll help with some of the other pieces. So in Theta Healing, all you guys have to do is say yes to receive the healing download. So anything that you are feeling resonating with, you can say yes. If you don't want any of them, you don't have to say anything at all. Free will is so important. So in Theta Healing, we kind of imagine your subconscious as this like really outdated laptop. So if you had this laptop that wasn't working how you wanted it to, you would just download new software onto it. So we're doing the same kind of thing. And I'm the middleman between you and your higher power. And in group settings, I use higher power, but I also totally think that you can change it in your head to God, creator, source energy, spirit, the universe, Mother Earth, whatever your individual higher power is. You can always switch that in your head. And then you can just say yes to receive the downloads. You can shut your eyes if you want to go a little bit deeper into the process. And all you have to say is yes when I say, would you like that? So would you like to release and let go of the heaviness, pressure, and weight and responsibility of the collective's belief system that there needs to be a hierarchy of humans, that a hierarchy gives some kind of category or standard or structure, and release and let go of that old way of thinking and societal beliefs around that, so you can be in alignment with your higher powers, truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that all humans and all souls are valuable and worthy and deserving and journey.
Yeah. When you put it like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to clear and release and let go of your individual belief systems around you being worse than certain other people who have achieved bigger, better things in their life, in their health, in their business? They've achieved bigger accolades or had more impact or more professional acknowledgement where they're at on their journey than you currently have, and release that pressure, heaviness, weight, and responsibility that you feel that you've put on yourself or that others have put on you. And if you would like to release that now, you can say yes.
Can you rephrase that a little bit?
So essentially, it's like what you've put on yourself as like, I'm not good enough yet. I'm not as good as Tony Robbins. I'm not as good as my mentor who's done this. So do you want to feel this?
Yeah, that resonates. I always feel like I need to be doing more, and I'm not doing enough. And it's very hard for me to be because I need to be doing.
Right. Okay. So we'll start with that. Do you want to release and let go of the judgments that you have on yourself around not being good enough yet, or smart enough yet, or having enough impact yet? And know through your higher power how you can acknowledge in your present moment all the incredible accomplishments an accreditation that you do have already, all the incredible experiences that you've had and positive ways of change that you've already contributed to in your lifetime, and that you can be excited about your current state and your present moment and about your future without comparing it to other people and their life path and what their soul has signed up to do. Would you like that?
Yes, please.
And do you wanna know how you can connect to your highest self so you can fully and completely be in alignment with your vision, with your purpose, and your truth in this world, and how you can show up without comparing your journey and your passion and your mission and your purpose and how you're doing and walking this journey to other people, and that you can feel safe and divinely protected and secure as you walk your own unique journey in this world. Would you like that?
Yes, please.
And do you wanna know what it looks like and feels like to fully show up authentically as yourself? What that looks like in your career, in your relationships, in your everyday life, and that it's
Myself.
more than possible for you to start doing that now. Would you like that?
Yeah, I would like to clear the chakra. This one has been blocked for many years, and then that's been preventing my heart chakra from fully opening.
Do you wanna be open to receiving unconditional love from your higher power into your life that you can receive at an even deeper level in your ability to be in alignment with your truth, that you can clear, release, and let go of the blocks, the misalignments, and the barriers that have prevented you in your life, that you can be open to moving forward now, and that you know that you're worthy and deserving of operating with an aligned body, an aligned chakra system, and that you're choosing to release and let go of anything and everything that's no longer serving you and your mission and your purpose now. Would you like that?
Yep, for the highest best of all.
Always. And do you wanna know what it looks like and feels like and that you can nurture your body and your physical expression in this reality to support you in your dreams, that you know how to prioritize your health, your vitality, your mental health, your emotional health, your energetic health, and that you can feel safe in prioritizing that without needing an external permission slip, without needing to get sick or have an illness or have a disease or
Yeah.
have something that creates space for others in your life to also support you, that you can prioritize that without any illness or sickness in your life. Would you like that?
Yes, space is needed.
Mhm. Like, a lot of people have that in their life, so I feel like other people are like, "But I need that, like, doctor's slip to, like, get out of work for a couple days."
Nah.
Like, you really don't. If you just prioritize that beforehand, you wouldn't need others' permission to do that. You'd be able to, like, embody that. So do you wanna know what it looks like and feels like to have that confidence in your life, to prioritize yourself, that belief system
Mm.
of unconditional love within you, that you prioritize your being and your wellness above your to-do list, above others' expectations of you, and above what your soul is calling you to do in this world, that you can have both, and that by nurturing yourself you'll be able to have the vitality and energy and presence that will support others on their journey. Would you like that?
Mhm.
And you wanna cut the cords, contracts, commitments, vows, and obligations that were holding you to negative habits or old coping mechanisms and numbing out tools that no longer support you, that you can release and let go of those now and live your life without needing that, without needing or craving that thing that no longer serves your highest and best good, that you can be in alignment with your new habits, behaviors, and rituals that will support your body in moving forward. Would you like that?
Mm. Yeah, there's still a block there though.
Do you
I
wanna
do
know
want
how to
that, and there's
completely safe on all levels and that you won't be knocked off course by being in alignment with that? Would you like that? Does that feel better? that like you won't be stuck at like level 5 by doing this, that you won't be like knocked back to level 2, that you can like progress by nurturing yourself first and foremost.
Yeah, I'd like to be more stable.
Awesome. And do you want to know, through your higher power, the truth, wisdom, and understanding of all human beings' value, of their intrinsic worth and deservability in this world, and the truth of this unconditional love, that we are all part of this incredible oneness energy, and that no one is better or worse than someone else, and no one's more valuable than someone else, and that you can release and let go of any and all societal belief systems, limiting beliefs, and judgments around the pristineness of some humans over others. Would you like that?
It's really, want to know what it is?
What?
I'm seeing it in another friend. It's my consciousness level doesn't make me better than others.
Mm-hmm. Right. We're all souls. We're all going through this journey for a reason, and we all have roles to play, and it's all divinely guided.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to know that that's not a mistake, that the divine actually has behind the scenes plans and reasons, and that it's not like, it's not you're not fucked up that one person isn't like worse than the others? Are you able to hear that?
It
Is
was
that your...
it was choppy.
Okay. Essentially, it's like the energy of, do you want to trust that the higher power that's created this entire world didn't fuck up with you or anyone else or any other human, like that this is a divinely created reality, and that
It's
we're
a
all...
divine lesson, is what it is.
Yeah.
Because it mirrors what my ancestors were doing. Because they were the priests, they thought they were better than everyone else and had the ability to rule and have their way of being and thinking and be absolute.
Mm-hmm.
And what Yeshua was teaching was that the Creator is within us, that we are extremely powerful and full of love naturally within ourselves. And my ancestors didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is giving me an opportunity to heal that, and realizing that no, I'm not different than anybody else. It doesn't matter my consciousness level.
Mm-hmm.
We are all one: the good, the bad, the ugly, the love, the appreciation, the gratitude, the symbiotic relationship between light and dark. We are all part of it, and it's within all of us.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So would you like to be in alignment with higher power's truth and wisdom, how this reality was created, and that it was all for a divine reason? Would you like that?
Yeah, I see that clearly.
Awesome. So do you want to muscle test again? There's a hierarchy of humans. Not anymore. And let us know in the comments below if you guys have a no to that now, that you all understand and have that different perspective within you, that knowingness of that truth, that we're all equal, that we're all on this planet for a beautiful reason, and that no one's better or worse than anyone else. Definitely drink lots of water. We're clearing so much stuff. It's important to be hydrated. So you want to forgive yourself and your ancestors and your bloodline for any and all mistakes that were made, for any and all wrongdoings or hurt or suffering that you had previously perceived as wrong, or that you were responsible for, or that other people could blame you for. But you can release that completely on others and forgive yourself and any old past lives that had any dealings or interactions that you currently perceive as unsavory. Would you like to clear those?
Whoa. I just had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my mind I was saying, yes, of course I want that. I want to be able to heal as many people as possible. And in my mind, when you said karmic, not necessarily karmic relationships, but the past lives that I've had that have got me to this point, and realizing that like I want this to be my last life.
Last life as a human?
apparently that's what came to my mind, and it came with joy.
Beautiful. Maybe you'll go into the ascended master.
and then there's fear around that, like dying. Then there's fear around dying in an uncomfortable way, of course. So, because the thing is, like, I see similarities between his path and mine, Yeshua's specifically, and I also recognize that, like, I'm not him. Like, he is a separate being than myself. Like, I'm Yaakova, he is Yeshua, or was Yeshua, is Yeshua. And having fear around fully surrendering to that and allowing that life to unfold.
So do you want to muscle test I'm afraid to die?
Yes, I'm afraid to die.
And I used to have that. I was terrified of dying, especially for like what I feel like soul has called me to do. So I've had to do a lot of work on that. Like, my name is Laura. I'm afraid to die. I'm not afraid to die. I'm afraid it's going to hurt still. I still have like fear around that, or that my human's going to die before my current human emotions and behaviors and things that I want to experience in this world and achieve on a human level will get done. But I've resolved within my soul that like it's all already been laid out, and that I'm part of my higher self. I'm part of my higher power, that it's all for a reason. So like the timing of it's important. So you can do some work on divine timelines. So do you want to know what it looks like and feels like to understand and trust your divine timeline, to trust your soul, to trust your purpose and your life calling and your mission in this world without being afraid that it's going to impede what your human really desires to do and how long your human wants to live in this world? Would you like that?
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's so true. The thing is, like, I don't know if that thought was real or not. I mean, it is a real thought, and at the same time, it's not. It's both. Thoughts are real, and they're not real thoughts. So, like, why do, like, what really just told me that this is my last life? Like, why do I think that? Like, that is that my ego thinking like I want that like feeling of superiority and power, and significance, as Tony would say, and feeling important.
And like, there's two sides to that. You can feel really empowered and lit up and connected to your mission, that like, this is what I'm here to do. And you are special. You do have incredible stories and experiences and gifts and wisdom that you can share with other people to help them in their lives. So it's not like discounting that. It's just being okay with other people do too. And other people have intrinsic value. And every single person that I can help and teach me. Like, when I opened up to that, I've had so many clients that I've also worked with and gotten their expertise and value and knowledge into my life. So it's that like symbiotic relationship, that just because we have these incredible gifts that we can help and support other humans in this reality with, doesn't mean that we're better or worse than. And when we're in that kind of consciousness level of, these are the things that I was given, that I came to this earth to affect change with, then that's incredible. You can like have that confidence and that self-love of what you do have without feeling like egotistical or like I'm so fucking significant around that, which is like significance is a human need. Like, it's 6 human needs. It's just like the top couple would ideally be like growth and contribution, but it doesn't need to.
It is for me, and it, like, I think it is growth and contribution. Like, that's how I spend my days. Like, how can I grow myself? How can I serve? First myself, and then others, because I need to serve me to be able to do that. And I guess I'm very conscious of those ego things, because that's stereotypical of this life path, is like having this like sense of I'm better because my vibration is more intense, and therefore I've come here with a, what they say, higher purpose. And do I know that? No. And at the same time, it gets in my psyche, and I have to be really careful for that stuff.
And like, the story that keeps coming to mind is there's this like ancient Chinese parable where it's like there's this farmer and all his horses run away, and his neighbor's like, "Oh my gosh, that's such like bad news that your horses ran away." And then his
Mm-hmm.
horses come back. So like anyone who's joining live who doesn't know the story, essentially like the neighbor's like, "Oh, that's so bad that your horses ran away," and then so
Yep.
good that your horses came back with more horses. Now you have even more horses than you began with. But then those wild horses like knocked his son off and just kind of like broke his son's leg. And then the neighbor's like, "Oh my gosh, that's bad news about your son breaking his leg," which people would be like, "Yeah, that's like bad news. Like you broke your leg. That's bad." And then the war breaks out, and then they come to take all the able-bodied men, and they can't.
Yep.
His son's leg is broke. So it's like, "Oh my God, that's such good news that your son's leg is broke." So instead of having all these human perceptions, like there
Yep.
really is no good and bad in this world. And it fucks with their mind because it's like, oh, if someone's ODing and at their like worst of their worst, that's bad. But then decades later, people use it as their success story, that they hit their rock bottom, that they were crying in front of the bath, like on the cold cement floor, and were like, "I need to change," and that sparked the better life. So it's really like letting go and releasing of those judgments you have on it. So do you want to know through your higher power how you can know within yourself the truth of what current reality you're facing without labeling things as good or worse or better or not than others? Would you like that?
Yeah, I'd love that.
And would you like to be even more deeply connected to your soul's mission, to this life path that you've chosen, and to surrender into the flow of how this is meant to come to pass without your judgments
Ooh.
on the speed of which it's happening or how it looks compared to others or what you had originally intended it to look like? Would you like to know that through your higher power?
So much so.
And do you want to know how to operate from that space in your life? From your center, from your peace, from your love, from that calm centered soul, trusting energy as you move through your day and your offerings and in supporting clients and the world around you. Would you like that?
Yes, please.
And would you like to release and let go of the lack mentality and belief system that there's not enough time, that you're not doing enough yet, that you might die before it happens, that there aren't enough lifetimes or there isn't enough in some way to accomplish all these things that you feel like you're called to do? Would you like that?
Yes, and that this is not exactly what I want in this moment.
Okay.
Just being fully accepting of the now and appreciating and having gratitude and feeling it.
Mhm. Do you wanna know what it looks like and feels like to operate as a being in your present moment instead of staying stuck in the past or trying to constantly fix the past or be forwarded to the future of where you envision the world and your mission will go? Would you like that?
Yes, and I still want to envision the future.
Mhm. But you can be in your present moment and tapped into that.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
love visualizing my life 5 years from now, and, like, I love that a year or 2 ago, I made life vision statements and things that were 100% what I've experienced in my life now, so you can be
Mhm.
present, so it's kinda like, do you wanna release and let go of the overwhelm energy, that there's so much to do, that there's so much work that I
Yeah,
have to do that yeah.
yes, yes. That's true. I'd like to get rid of that, please.
Mhm. And how has overwhelm been serving you?
Put the fire under my ass.
Okay. Do you
Gets
wanna
me
know
moving.
through your higher power how you can be motivated and self-motivated and inspired into action without causing pain and disease and frustration and frantic energy within your body? Would you like that?
Yeah, and I'd also like to just naturally want to be when I have those moments.
Mhm. Do you wanna know what it looks like and feels like to move in the flow of inspiration, to trust your inspired action, and to trust when you need to rejuvenate and go inward and trust when you need to go a little bit more outside your comfort zone, and you know how to live in both of those realities as you're being guided to.
Yeah, totally.
Awesome. Do you want a muscle test again? I'm afraid to die.
I'm good. No, I'm not afraid to die. Sweet.
Yay. um, and there's a couple other things that were coming up. So you were talking about how you had shut down your heart and feel like that comes up. So do you want to release and let go of any and all hurts, pain, suffering, or regrets that have occurred within your heart chakra, so you can be open to receiving more unconditional love into your life through your higher power, through yourself, and through others? Would you like that?
Yes, and that scares the shit out of me because I know that comes with a lot of pain.
Do you want to know through your higher power that you can love without going into the deep pains of your life again? That you can release, let go, and forgive without being stuck in old trauma or wounds? Would you like that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
And we can fill you up with your higher power's unconditional love and compassion now, and show you in every cell of your being that you can be in joy and love and bliss and harmony in your center without needing additional suffering or hardships or pain in order to learn your lessons, that you can choose to learn your lessons through ease, speed, grace, joy, love, and support, and that you're choosing that going forward, that you could release and let go of learning lessons through hardship, pain, or suffering on your journey. Would you like that?
Yeah, that'd be really nice because with this path, it's they say it's the master teacher for a reason. That there's more hardship, but there's more opportunity for growth. And so there's definitely this perspective that I've been holding on to of, oh, I'm gonna I have to go through more so I can teach more.
And it's kind of like you're asking for it, like you're looking at like Tony's reticular activating system. You're like, oh,
Totally.
that'll be like the hardest way to learn that, and it'll give me a really good story after. And one big thing that I've had to go on this journey as well is like the next level of this is that we're more conscious and awake. Like there's waves. Like the first wave are people who are like in their 50s and 60s and who are like batshit crazy for being a Reiki healer. Like they were like going through the jungle and like hawking down and making a road and like paving the way for the other light workers that came through. So then more people who are in their like 20s, 30s, early 40s-ish area, like depending on where they're at on their journey and stuff, they feel like it's still kind of hard, but it's a lot easier versus like rainbow children who just like come in are lit up and know things and are connected with their different clear abilities and all that. Like it's been for them. Like we've created so much space for it to just be easy. So they don't need to have their like rock bottom several moments throughout their life to learn these hard lessons. They're like, I have this wisdom. I'm connected to this energy. Love doesn't need suffering. Fear is the
Love
opposite.
doesn't need suffering.
So they can have all this incredible energy to support us with. So it's been very interesting because a lot of even the spiritual teachers who are ahead of us on our journey, they have those like hard, grueling stories. And the like marketing world has taught them to use that really hard suffering story to draw in all your people. But what if we created a world where people were just waking up without fully burning out? Like I started burning out. I didn't end up in the hospital. Like I could have like other people who have experienced similar things as me. I didn't get to that point. So it's like we can springboard from where we're at instead of hitting new lows to get new highs. So do you want to know through your higher power how you can learn and be connected with your highest knowledge and truth without going through every single unique hardship and experience that would have taught you it through like grueling pain and suffering and more years and X amount of time and all that? Would you like that?
Yeah. I'd like to have more energy to give.
And do you want to open up yourself to receiving this unconditional love and to releasing those internal barriers that you placed on yourself that were protecting you from being hurt? Would you like that?
Yes and no.
What part's scary?
Scary to open that up.
When's the first time that someone, like, hurt you deeply, like, cut you, like, that deep, painful wound? Like, first thought, first feeling that pops up, that you were like, "This is
Um,
scary, this is bad, I need to protect myself from this."
yeah, there's a memory I'm thinking of specifically around my my relationship with my mother when I was a kid.
And how did that make you feel? Like, you don't have to share anything that you're uncomfortable with live, but,
Mhm.
like, what did that feel like in your body with that experience?
I felt, well, think I've processed this, but so I know I felt unsafe.
Mhm.
Um, I felt distrusting.
Were you sad? Were you angry? Were you confused about it?
Uh, fear is what initially came up. Uh, sadness was there. I know I stopped breathing. I had tension in my jaw. And I just felt really scared.
Mhm. And this
And so
energy
that, hmm?
and this energy, that scared feeling, if you shut your eyes and just scan your body quickly, starting at your head, moving your way down, is there an energy of this unsafeness, this sadness, this tension in your life that's protecting you still? Where does that live in your body?
In my jaw and my face.
And how much space is it taking up in your jaw? The whole area, a certain section?
Right here.
Mhm.
And there's tension here.
And if we were gonna give that jaw tension a color, what color is it?
Red, green, and orange.
And does it have a texture? How would it feel to touch it?
Um, coarse and fiery.
Mhm. Beautiful.
There's a little bit of water.
Interesting.
And
Very
then some
cool.
earth. Interesting visualizations I'm getting.
Mhm. So with your higher power, we're gonna safely remove that old energy in your jaw, that red, green, orange, coarse, fiery energy safely from your body and place it in front of you and replace that old space where it used to occupy with unconditional love. Would you like that?
Yeah.
And we're gonna ask that old energy a question and just answer with the first thought, first feeling that comes up without any judgments. What were you trying to teach me?
To let go and not be so sensitive.
Mm. So do you want to know through your higher power how you can let go, that it's safe to let go and surrender and go with the flow and be infinitely guided on your journey, and that you're always watched over, protected, and kept safe, that you're in the right place at the right time, and that you can trust your intuition? Do you like that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
And do you want your higher powers, truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding around your sensitivity, around the optimal amount of sensitive that is in your highest and best good in your optimal health, and how you can release and let go of any judgments that you've had around being too sensitive in the past,
Mm.
so that you can honor your sensitivity and honor your unique expression without judging it or doubting it or making it less than. Would you like that?
I would like to feel everything, and I
Mhm.
also want to do so in a way that is beneficial for me.
Awesome. Do you wanna have your own unique, like, radio dial installed so that you are in charge of the amount and frequency and intensity of
Of the what? I missed that.
like the
The
male
radio
frequency
dial?
and intensity. So I'm super sensitive and highly empathic. It was a curse, and I was a people pleaser until I did theta healing and installed this dial. So kind of how like a radio, if you're going from station to station and it's like fuzzy and clear and then it gets stronger and louder, how you can dial that up and down, how you can dial the volume and all those things. Do you want to have your own internal dial that's automatically programmed for your highest, most good, and your optimal health to be a gift for you so that you can be sensitive and
Mm,
feel things and be guided as you need to without being overwhelmed by it or shocked by it or hurt by feeling others' emotions or things or energies that aren't yours to feel at that intensity level. Would you like that?
yeah, yeah. I'd like to be able to connect with others more and
Mhm.
serve more.
And know that it's safe to do that without fear and without needing to put up walls or barriers that protect you from
Mm,
their energy or their quote negativity. Would you like that?
yeah, totally.
And you want to know that it's safe to trust yourself, that it's safe to act as you authentically without fearing what other people's will say about you kind of going against the grain or against what other people are doing, even if it's within this like field. Would you like that?
I feel like I'm good with that. Where I think that I have blocks is receiving. That's what it is. I am not good at receiving. Excuse me. I'm in recovery from not
Do
liking to receive.
you
And
want
that
to know
shows
that
up
it's weak to receive, that you can safely receive without
mm,
being less than or in a victim
unsafe.
role around that?
It's unsafe.
Hmm.
I want to be able to receive without feeling unsafe.
Okay. Do you want to know that it's part of the process to receive? That it's unequal to give without receiving, and how you can have that equilibrium for yourself of giving and receiving so you're in harmony and balance for your highest and best good? Would you like that?
Yes, in my relationship too. That's so focal.
Mm. Do you want to be able to allow? Do you want to open up your heart to receive at a deeper level? Would you like that?
Yeah, and I'd like to feel at a deeper level. Something
Mhm.
that I connect with you on is like stepping into that sexual energy that we have within
Mhm.
ourselves and fully being able to receive it and
Yes.
to feel it and to use it and to connect with it.
Mhm. Do you want to release and let go of your limiting beliefs and societal belief systems around that sexual energy, around it being wrong or impure or gross or evil, so that you can be connected to the pureness of your creative energy? Would
I
you like?
didn't think it was that at this point. It's more of um, feeling capable of feeling for me.
Mhm. Do you want to muscle test being sexual is safe?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. For someone else, they needed that download, so someone else would say yes to that.
Yeah.
Do you want to know that it's completely safe to feel without having a heartbreak being correlated to that? That if you go deeper and love more and connect more and feel more, that you don't have to be fearful of like it one day
Hurt,
going away or things
of
turning.
hurting her,
Yeah.
of hurting my partner.
Mhm. Okay. Do you wanna know that it's safe to be fully in your power
Mm.
without caring about what other people or their awakened or consciousness levels, how they're gonna think of that? That you can show up and support the world how you're feeling called to without dulling your shine. Would you like that?
Yeah, I would.
And we can integrate all of those changes. I could also offer you a general healing for any other area of your body that needs to be healed right now and fill you up with your higher powers, unconditional love, compassion, joy, and abundance. Would you like that?
Yeah.
And you can take some deep cleansing breaths. How are you feeling?
My stomach is bothering me. Um, I have been eating some things that I know aren't good for me,
Mhm.
and it creates discomfort.
Mm. So it'd be another thing to look at the emotional eating and those triggers around those things.
Oh,
We could
I'm
dive
on
a little
top
bit
of that. That's a
into
lot of my work at the moment.
those. That's good. How are you feeling from this session about your hierarchy of humans and not being afraid to die anymore and that forgiveness work and not, like, having all that pressure on you?
Hmm. I guess the last thing that's really coming to mind, because I feel mostly resolved, I do,
Mhm.
and I feel that in a sense of calm that I'm experiencing and peace.
Mm,
Um, it's just like really wanting to be feeling uh, feeling all the love that my partner is giving me,
what do you
especially in
think
a
is
sexual.
holding you back from that?
What'd you say?
What do you think is holding you back from that, from feeling the love that your partner is giving you?
Questioning whether or not I'm feeling fully.
And is arguments coming up from that, or is she saying specific things, or are you just, like, inside feeling like, "I could receive this more," or, "I'm not as present here as I wanna be?"
The thing is, like, I feel like I'm being present, and at the same time, I feel like I could feel more, or like I could be more expressive, or I could be um, that there's more feeling to be had,
Mhm,
and or like there's certain things that we do like I feel more with, and there's other things that like I don't, and then we're like the complete opposite. Like she feels more doing one thing, and then I feel more doing another thing. And the
mhm,
thing is, like I want to be able to feel what she's feeling when she does that to me too.
mhm,
And I know it's possible. It's just a level of expansiveness that I just haven't gotten to yet. And the
mhm,
thing is, like I want to, and it's part of that is like being open to receiving and letting her in that way. Like I realized that the other night. Like most of the time when I was receiving, like I wasn't receiving. Like I wasn't fully letting myself receive.
mhm. When's the first time in relationships that you found it hard to receive or that it was unsafe to receive?
Very young. I had a story that I blamed myself for, even though it turns out what I was doing was completely normal.
Mhm. What happened there?
I received and I judged myself for it. I I blamed myself and I told myself it was wrong.
And what was wrong about it to you?
That it shouldn't have been happening.
And how did you feel about it afterwards when you did make up that story that it was wrong?
So much shame.
And did you get really angry at yourself? Were you, like, mad at yourself about it or mad at that other person? Or were you super sad and kinda downward spiraled? How'd that happen in your life?
I shut down. I stopped eating. I started isolating. and wasn't honest with what I was going through at that moment. And I blamed myself for it. I was judgmental of myself for the last 27 years. Until this past week, I've been looking at this, what we're talking about.
So do you want to release and let go of the shame, the negative energy, the heaviness, the isolation around that? Do you want to know through your higher power that it's safe to let go of those now and not have that lingering energy in your body so that you can move forward to your present moment and receive more? Would you like that?
Yeah. I really want to be able to receive the love that I'm being given. I want to feel it. And I want to feel it fully.
Do you want to have your higher power's truth, perspective, wisdom, and understanding of that situation, of what happened around that situation, and around your judgment of it being wrong, so that you can learn any lessons that are remaining around that those can be marked as complete, and that you can move forward without beating yourself up and preventing yourself by punishing you by not being able to feel as much love as you could be. Would you like that?
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Do you want to know through your higher power that it's safe to receive love, that you can begin to open your heart up to receiving more and more and more love as you continue to experiment and grow and expand in this reality, and know that you're more than worthy and deserving of love, that it's your birthright to receive unconditional love, an infinite supply of love, and that you can stop being the barrier preventing yourself from having it now. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Want to know what it looks like to receive unconditional love from your friends, from yourself, from your partner, from your friends, from your soul clients, from your tribe, and that it's safe to continue expanding this love.
So much, yeah.
And the conscious piece that you can do as an exercise after this, and whenever you're feeling a little bit shut down or you go into that isolated feeling of like, I want to be by myself, or like, this isn't safe, you can do this quick visualization, or long if you wanted to take more time in it, and you can just shut your eyes, take deep breaths, and like move all of your energy and attention down into your heart center and like focus on the energy of love there. So sometimes you'll see like bright iridescent white or golden light, and see that like expand and open up
I
your
want to be able to feel that. Yeah.
Mhm.
I want to live from my heart and not my mind. I want to live from all of it connected.
So let's do a mini example of this now. So you can take a couple deep breaths, just centering you, and everyone else watching can do the same thing, and just shut your eyes, have your feet planted on the floor, and just breathe in and exhale. And breathe at whatever pace feels good to you, and just bring your awareness down, down, down into your heart chakra. And just tune into your heart, how it's feeling, what it looks like, without any judgment, without any stories around it. And now setting your intention to receive more love in this moment. And you can see beautiful white light, iridescent light, golden, white, pure, unconditional love filling your entire heart chakra in this moment. And as you watch it and as you focus on it, you're able to see that it's expanding. That this unconditional love inside of you is radiating it out throughout your entire body. And with every breath you take, you're able to see at an even deeper level this unconditional love that you're made of, that you're radiating out into the entire room that you're in. And with your next breath, the entire building you're in. Every breath, you're seeing more and more of this bright white light completely surrounding you in the space that you live in. Expanding out into the city that you live in, expanding out into your country, to your continent, to the entire world that we live in, and out into the universe. And that you're part of this unconditional love, that you're receiving this unconditional love at all times, and that it's safe to feel this, that it feels good in your body to be in alignment with this unconditional loving energy. That it's healing, that it's nurturing, that it's joyful, that it's compassionate, that it's harmonious, that you can feel what your life feels like operating from this heart-centered place of this unconditional love in your life. And in this moment, you can intentionally send out this powerful, radiating, unconditional love to the people that you love in this life, to whoever pops into mind, to your parents, to your siblings, to your friends, your family members, to your ancestors, to your tribe, to your clients, that you're sending all of this loving energy to everyone, to strangers, to the earth, to plants, to other beings. So you can deepen your awareness. This infinite energy that's moving through your heart center, connected to. Really basking in it for a couple moments longer before we bring your attention back into this room. And when you're ready, you can move your fingers and your toes. Ground back into your center, back into your space, and open your eyes when you're ready. How are you feeling now?
Oh.
And you can take a couple moments. Everyone can take a drink, get grounded. We're very woo.
First of all, I love myself for doing this.
Mm-hmm. I love you too for showing up and taking this time and opening up.
I feel loving of my partner.
Mm-hmm.
I sent loving energy to my close family and friends. I sent it to you.
Thank you.
I sent it to the planet, the universe, and I'm feeling a sense of calm and ease.
Beautiful. I love that. And whenever you need to return to that, you can kind of anchor it in. So if you have a specific word or phrase that's coming to your mind right now, you want to use to anchor it in for later. So if you're like unconditional love or just putting your hand on your heart, whatever's going to like get you there, to be like, oh, this feeling. I'm going to
Yeah.
operate, live my life from this feeling. And it
Yeah.
takes practice
Love.
because we're in a world that isn't necessarily always love-centered and heart-centered. So
Yeah.
at the beginning, it definitely takes some practice to be like, this is my new intention. When I wake up in the morning or before I go to bed or whenever you want to add it into your life, or just once a week, whenever you're feeling called, like to add this practice of going from your head or from whatever you're operating from right now to coming back to your heart, your center, that unconditional love that you are made of, that this entire reality is made of.
Yeah, totally.
Beautiful. So how are you feeling now? Feeling complete?
Feeling complete and feeling tired.
Mm-hmm. Definitely drink water if you need to like rest. I'd encourage you to do that. You let go of a lot. I love that everyone's been like so open to all the energy recently. I'm like, yes, clear all the things.
Do all the things. Yeah, I'm feeling tired and I want to go lay in my hammock. And I also have, technically, I was supposed to go to my doctor to go take some tests. And I was going to go in with the intention of love for myself. I'm taking these tests because I love myself and I'm not doing it out of fear.
Yeah.
Doing it to improve my health and my energy and my ability to my capacity to give.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you guys who are watching so much for going through this process and clearing your energy and going along for any and all of the healings that resonated with you. It's so necessary. The world definitely needs more love. And I'm looking into the comments and Andrew had said, love doesn't need suffering. Laura McPhee. Thank you for pointing
I
that out.
agree.
That's a very good comment. So thank you guys all so much for tuning in. I definitely encourage you guys to move forward on your journey in unconditional love and set your intention for that. Be like, how can I operate from love today?
Yeah.
That could be powerful to move from. So sending everyone so much love and thank you again for joining us.
Well, thank you. Thank you for helping me share the message that I'm here to share, which is what can I do to love myself today?
Yes.
What you just said is what can I do to love myself today, which is go take those tests and then go take a nap. So
yes.
I hope that I inspired others who have been watching this to ask themselves that same question and to live from their heart center as well.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the leap out of corporate culture to do something different and scary, to do something that was authentic and true to you in a way that's fulfilling to you and helpful to others. So thank you.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure. Like, seriously, when we trust our purpose, things work out for us. It was scary as fuck along the way in a multiple of areas, but it's been a blessing. So it's incredible that I get to do what lights me up and that I get to share with everyone else what Theta Healing is and how it's helped them. And how did that help you last time? Like, I think it's been 2 weeks now since our last accountability call where I helped you with those like money block clearings. Do you want to share with everyone how you're feeling about that now?
I'm feeling abundant in all areas of my life. It's crazy because I'm not making a lot of money right now because I need a lot of space for healing, and I'm completely okay with it. Like, yeah, there's a fear that comes up with on occasion, but I feel it, and then I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm making more room. I'm making room for more.
Yes.
Like you said, and I'm abundant in all areas of my life. I'm covered. I will find and be given exactly what I need, and it's just a matter of trusting myself to nourish myself and to take intuitive guided action when I'm ready.
Yes, I love that. Yay. I'm so happy to hear that. When you like sent me that voice memo, I was like, yes. I'm like, that was like 10 minutes or something. It was quick.
Yeah. Well, that's because that's how ready I was to release that thing.
Yeah. Like, let's just let go of all of that old pain. Be in alignment with your truth and go forward in abundance.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Rain on me. Rain on me. Don't rain on me, but rain on me.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous where you're at in the world. I'm definitely going to go for a walk after this. It's so nice out.
Yep. Oh my goodness, it's been a great day. So
beautiful.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, even just me coming onto this call, I had a little talk with myself coming on the way home from a hot spring. That's why I was a little bit late to this. But what my thing was, like, I'm opening myself up right now. I'm being vulnerable and being real and honest, and I'm making space for more within myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. The cleansing and the clearing that we do, not only is it in our physical reality and in the things that we have in our room or the things that we don't have in our room.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the intention that we have to look at it and be like, wait a second, is this something I want anymore?
Yeah.
And you just did that for me. You just helped me see, like, no, I don't want to be fucking superior to others. Excuse my language. I don't want to feel that way. I want to be a person that values everyone, and I want to do so for myself. I want to do so for all, and I want to do so to clear the lineage that I come from.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I love that.
And be that example moving forward. So
And we
thank
can
you.
always
This
do
has
that.
been
We
wonderful.
can always check in and be like, this is where I'm at. This is where I want to be. This is how I move through it. And just check in. And it's a process. We're human beings. Our journey is only going to end when we die.
Yeah.
So there's always
and
to be that process.
And I do that constantly. Like, I have my own methods of doing it. I do something called Life Book, in which I go into 12 different areas of my life and get really clear in what I want, what I don't want, why I want it, what my purpose statements are, and my belief systems are for it, and really just clear out anything that I want, and also just bring intense consciousness and focus into each area of my life so that I'm the conscious creator of my life, and life isn't just happening to me. And so I'm all for anything that can help me do that, like we've done this today, and you've been so kind to lead me through this. So I highly recommend this for others, for people who want to get to the next level of their life, is really what it is, and to create what they want to create, and recognizing that the creator is within all of us, that we are not victim to our circumstances or conditioning, that we can consciously create our life. It just takes intention and it takes desire.
Yes, definitely.
And consistency.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it's mindset, like as Tony said. They're creating more certainty within ourselves.
I love that. And I am doing this weekend on Saturday a Manifesting 101 3-hour workshop with people so that they can get really clear on what they're desiring, so we can really let go of all the blocks that are currently holding them back from their dream life, what they're desiring, what they're like, I want this and this, and I desire this, and I want financial freedom and health and vitality, and to meet cool people everywhere I go, and to like be treated so well, and all these incredible things, to be like very clear on where they're at and where they're wanting to be. So I'll definitely put the link to that after, so that everyone else who's feeling called to clearing more work, they can do that too. But I'll let you get off to your doctor's appointment, and we'll see.
Oh yeah, thank you. Because I could keep talking to you forever. I love the law of attraction. I saw Esther Hicks last week, and I'm like, yeah, let's fucking talk about the law of attraction. But that's another conversation for another time. So
beautiful.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for all who have gone on this journey with me, and I hope that you've gotten something out of it. And most importantly, are taking action. I think what Laura was saying about experiencing this with us, and experiencing the theta waves and the benefits of clearing blocks between where we are and where we want to be, and really not just thinking about it, but trusting ourselves to take action when our intuition tells us to.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So yeah, put in the comments below what you're moving towards. There's so many different ways you guys can move forward on your journey. So like, commit to the universe. When I've ever made decisions and commit, like, this is how I'm going to show up, the universe rushes in to support me. So let us know how that felt for you to like commit. You don't have to necessarily share what you are committing to. If that's like
exactly what it is,
just be like, I've committed, and we'll honor and hold space for you guys there too. So thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Totally. Well, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.